coaches are flocking to the Raiders, right? We got a new squad. David Ziegler, Josh McDaniels, they leave New England, coming to Las Vegas, new regime in town. And like we've talked about 100 times, it is a very rare and weird and awesomely beneficial for them situation because you never see an entire coaching staff change out after a team wins 10 games and go to the playoffs, right? Obviously, very unique situation with John Gruden, Rich Bisaccia, et cetera, right? We're getting some pretty good coaches coming over.
Yeah.
And it's I'm
very excited about the staff.
You're pumped on it, right? There are some guys, a lot of them coming from New England, a good chunk of them. And some guys are kind of leaving bad situations. I look at this setup, Soto, and it's essentially two groups of people.
Okay.
It's guys coming, like New England guys that are getting promotions to leave, again, leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but a storied winning franchise like New England to come over. You look at like Bo Hardegree, he's getting a promotion. He'll be the quarterback coach. And then you look at some other guys who are making lateral moves, but they're coming, right? You've got their new defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham. He's going from DC to DC, right? Lateral move. Secondary coach, Chris Ash,
yeah.
from the Jags. Semi-new to the NFL. He's going into a good situation, right? With some young studs in our secondary.
Oh, yeah.
We've got to figure out what's happening with some holes, but we got some studs there, specifically at safety and Nick Hobbs and whatever. And then Tom McMahon, who's coming from Denver, and he's going into he's our special teams coordinator, a special teams coach's wet dream with AJ Cole and our kicker, and what a great situation, right? Pro bowler and a clutch dude, right?
Carlson.
So it's looking like Soto, and I can't remember the last time this was the case, that the Raiders are a destination for coaches now. We used to be we'd have to just give guys a shot, overpay dudes to get them into Oakland or to Las Vegas. Now guys are making lateral moves, leaving where they're comfortable, leaving, where they've got their house, where their kids go to school, and saying, nope, I'm going to pick up and leave for the exact same position in the desert. This is a beautiful sign, Soto. I think there's a million signs that says the Raiders are trending in the right direction. One of them is coaches are willing to uproot and go over there in a lateral move.
Yeah. I think it says a lot for the buzz around not only Ziegler but McDaniels and what they're bringing to the Raiders, and just the buzz around the league. I think that if you picked up on the press conference, a lot of the things that were talked about was being dynamic, being fluid, right? I think
you like water, my friend.
No, I think what did didn't McDaniels chuckle when he looked at Mark Davis and said, yeah, dynamic or explosive,
How many times do you think Mark Davis said that in their meetings?
Right.
I want to go, I want to throw bombs. I'm gonna be the old Raider way.
Yeah. And it's and you look at Ziegler and you look at some of the things that he said in his press conference, some of the names that we pick up, they may not be the biggest names, but they're going to be the right fit for our team. They're going to be the right fit for our scheme, for our system, for what we want to do. And you're going to see probably a lot of Swiss Army knife type players because you look at a lot of what McDaniels and his schemes have been, a lot of multiple type of schemes where one week he's able to attack a defense one way, and the next week they attack a defense a totally different way. And that's kind of the MO of Patrick Graham. When he was hired as the Giants defensive coordinator, he was asked what his scheme was like, and he was answering, well, they asked me if I'm a 3-4, am I a 4-3, am I a 3-3-5? Yes, I answered yes. I'm all of that. And he's very multiple too, just like McDaniels is. And very similar to McDaniels and Graham, they teach the fundamentals and they preach the fundamentals, but they're very specific game plan. When you see this is what we're going to do. These are the formations we're going to call. When we call these specific plays, this is what we're looking for. And we're going to see that our defenses are going to be very game plan specific. And We're not going to be the same old Raiders that we've seen where this is what we run, this is what we do, this is our game plan, this is our scheme, and we're not going to be so easy to game plan against, I think. These are the type of guys we're bringing over. I think that's the buzz around the NFL is that, hey, they're building something different over here.
We're going to find out who the dumb players are really fast.
Oh, really fast.
We're going to find out the dumb, especially on defense, the guys that can't figure it out. It's an offense where like Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller are going to thrive.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like smart guys that know what they're doing. A Derek Carr offense, right? A complicated one that half the work's done before the snap at the line of scrimmage. Like that's a Derek Carr offense for sure. But then on defense, can Jonathan Abram handle all the change-ups that they're going to do, right?
All the calls,
all the calls, all the different stuff, right? Like these are, we got, Morig and Hobbs, that'll be second-year players, and they're coming from, a very, arguably the simplest defense in football, Gus Bradley's, and they're like, oh yeah, NFL defenses, I got it, no problem, not a problem, I got it.
Not so much.
And then it comes in Patrick Graham, with like, all right, here's your playbook, bam, see if you can figure it out.
It's not going to be a Gunther style where everything's open. It's okay. Here's my playbook, boom. But this is this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Now forget
like
all that.
Squeezing the nipples of a cat right there. Looked like you were doing this. Yeah.
And then now this is this week.
You can milk anything with nipples,
right? I have nipples. Can you milk me? If you're coming from New England and you're leaving that, I mean,
you're leaving for a reason.
You're leaving for a reason. If Josh McDaniels didn't learn anything from his falling flat on his face in Denver, if he was still the same guy, arrogant prick, not being able to get along with people, not being self-aware, they wouldn't come regardless of the promotion. I wouldn't leave a stable situation where I'm learning a lot just for an upgrade if I know this guy's going to get fired in a couple of years. Okay.
I hope you're right. Like obviously
that's how I feel.
I hope you're right because the New England guys coming over, they're the ones that are getting promoted, right? Like, those are the ones where it's like Graham's a weird one, right? He was in New England, then he was in the Giants.
They also got a new head coach. Ash got a new head coach in Jacksonville, so who knows if they were going to get kept there.
Yeah.
And they were offered a good job.
Bo Hardegree is getting a pretty big promotion, right? He went from an offensive quality control, assistant quality control guy to quarterback coach of a franchise quarterback. So
McDaniels has a lot of confidence in him. He's making a quarterback coach, so
yeah,
because basically he's like the de facto offensive coordinator because we all know Josh McDaniels is the offensive coordinator.
That's the thing. Is he just looking for yes guys? Is he just looking for yes men?
Well, I mean, honestly, somebody has to be the one to implement that shit during the game.
How old
and
is
help
Harden?
him out with that? How old is he? Who the fuck knows?
Young.
Yeah, he's a young kid.
He's a baby.
He's got to be smart as fuck though if he's going to be in there.
He's younger than me. He's 37.
Well, you ain't a spring chicken.
I'm a spring.
Fuck out of here.
My NFL coaching ages, I'm pretty young. I think it's the youngest.
Dude, that fucking tells you how young McDaniels was when he took that Denver job, dude.
33.
He was 33. He was young as fuck.